What's happening, boys and girls? It's Bobby here from Picky Tipsters. It has been exactly, well, roughly 30 days since I made my last video. I haven't been hiding, I haven't been away or anything, but I've spoke to my colleague Tommy Lee. We've decided to cut our bets down because we've looked at our profit and loss chart for the past 4 years, and there seems to be a reoccurring pattern regarding some of our bets, and we're making some bad decisions, particularly during autumn. So we want to improve our strike rate, but at the same time we're going to be less active. So we're going to eliminate non-account bets. We're not going to do many anymore, and we're going to be more selective, and we're going to tip with more precision, hopefully, starting from this season. Last season was amazing, 99% return on investment. I think if we continue to tip like this, we will improve this season. But it's going to be a bit boring. We're not going to be doing loads of videos and loads of tips. We're going to be way more selective. I've identified some of the things we were doing wrong. I don't really want to go into detail, but we're going to eliminate that. So you're going to hear less of us and see less of us on videos, but hopefully with that sort of level of precision, we're going to be making more profit and, you know, higher return on investment, yield a higher return on investment. Okay, so it's kind of a good thing that I didn't make any videos last month because it was shite, man. Like, I went on a 14, let me do 1, 2, 3, 4, about 14, I had 14 losers in a row, so good job I didn't make any videos. My last winner was Expert Eye on the 25th of August, and then I had a loser every single main account bet. Unfortunately, you missed out last Wednesday. I did have a winner on Wednesday, 2 days ago. Helvetian from the Mick Shannon stable, owned by Box 41. We managed to get a winner on him at 4 points, 10 to 1, 4 points each way, so we picked up 48 points in profit, which was good. We're currently sitting at 307 points in profit, so that's still over 50% return on investment. It's still really good, but 14 losers in a row is dreadful. Seriously, it stabbed me in the heart, man. I felt like shit, basically. But yeah, onwards and upwards. Let's talk about the weekend, see what we got on the menu. The Arc de Triomphe in France. Wow, big race, £2.5 million prize money. Who are we backing? Nothing. You know, I don't think it's worth having a bet in that race. It's sort of the same runners as last season. Enables come back from injury. Will she win? I mean, she's 6 to 5 at the moment. Is she the same horse? I don't know. She had a prep run on the all-weather. No idea. But I'm not going to get my feet wet in that race. I'm going to look at some other races over the weekend, starting on Saturday. And I've got my eye in the Tattershall auction race. I think it's a Class 2. £150,000 prize money. Amazing. And it's only a Class 2. So yeah, the 350 Newmarket, I've got my eye on 2 horses. Gypsy Spirit, I think it's currently forecasted favourite. I think it's worthy favourite, to be honest. It got beaten by Queen of Bermuda, who's highly regarded by William Haggas. Yeah, it got stuck in traffic that day. It was at Ayr. I think it was it over 7 furlongs? Can't remember, but it was soft going, and it ran a good race. And it also ran in a listed race over at Ripon. Finished really strongly. Should have won that day. Yeah, going on as the line was coming, and yeah, I'm going to stick to horses that are held up in this race because I think it's going to be. They're going to go hell for leather. I mean, 29 runners is going to be a really strong pace, so I wouldn't like to back anyone at the front. I'm definitely going for hold-up horses. So I've got my eye on Gypsy Spirit, the favourite, and also I think it's trained by Tom Glover, but also Lihu, who's trained by David Evans, and he's a really good 2-year-old trainer, normally in the spring, not so much in autumn, but yeah, I fancy this horse. He's also a horse that comes from off the pace. Yeah, I just prefer hold-up horses in big fields. I think it will favour their running style. So I've got 350 Newmarket, Gypsy Spirit and Lihu in the same race. Hit me up on Twitter if you want to find out how many points we're backing it for. Okay, next up, crossing over the English Channel, we're going to go over to France at Longchamp. Massive racing this weekend. I've got my eye on the 405, the Daniel Wilderstein Group 2. Is it Group 2 or Group 3 stakes? Andre Fabre trains a horse called Plumatic. Well owned, well bred. Yeah. It's a very good horse. It's got strong form. It came 4th, a very close 4th behind Recolitos, who's clearly a Group 1 horse, and also behind the talented but quirky Expert Eye, who ran in the same race. They clashed in the Prix de Moulin Group 1 race. Very, very strong form in my opinion. I think he's worthy favourite. It's currently 9 to 4 with Bet365. Plumatic 405 Longchamp. We're going to go about 10 points win on that one. Posted in gate 3. But be careful, you made it shake. Okay, yeah. Bet 3 Saturday, 4:35 Class 2 handicap at Newmarket. Kazina, trained by Roger Varian, who teams up with the almighty Frankie Dettori. Good trainer at the track and great jockey. And Frankie, no one rides Newmarket better than Frankie, and so that's a great combination already. Yeah, I think fillies tend to come good in autumn. Sometimes they're in season during the spring and summer, and they don't run as well as they do in autumn. So it's a good time to back fillies. Okay, it's October now. Apparently it had a wind surgery in July, and for those who don't know their horse racing, a wind surgery is when a vet measures how much how much oxygen a horse inhales, and if they think it's not good, if they think they're not inhaling as much as they should, then they have a wind operation, and they sort of straighten up the windpipe, and I don't know, just makes it easier for them to breathe. And she had one in July, and she hasn't had a run since, so she'll be running for the first time in this race on Saturday with after a wind surgery. So hopefully the clear passage of the windpipe will help 20 to 30%. And yeah, I just think the horse has bags of potential. I mean, it ran against La Di Da in a listed race over 1 mile 2 furlongs. Not entirely sure if the trip was, I don't know, I'm not convinced that the trip was suitable. I think over a mile, she prefers a mile definitely over 1 mile 2. Yeah, if you just go back a couple of races, she did run a pretty respectable 8th in the Sandringham handicap at Royal Ascot during midsummer. She's only got 4 runs under her belt, and her being a 3-year-old getting an allowance, I just think, you know, she could be useful. So we're going to go maybe 8 to 10 points each way. Kazina in the 4:35 Newmarket. Moving on to Sunday. Wow, awesome race we got here. The Prix des Abbés. Batash won it last year. He ran a stink. I don't want to say stinker, but he didn't. He's obviously lost twice now at York in the Nunthorpe, another Group 1 race. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Everyone knows he's the fastest horse in the world. Right? It's the fastest gelding in the world. It's kind of sad because he can't make any babies because he's gelded. But yeah, Batash, there's really not much to say. He's currently 6-4. I'm definitely backing him. I mean, you can't not back the fastest horse in the world. It's just silly. At 6-4, it's a snip. Yeah, people are going to be put off by the Nunthorpe run. That's twice he's running it now, and it hasn't performed well. But I think Batash broke the track record last season, carrying 9 stone 11 on soft ground. I think that's just a phenomenal performance. It beat Marsha by 4 lengths in a sprint race. That's ridiculous. I'm going Batash definitely in the Prix des Abbés. I think it's at 4 or 5 o'clock. Can't remember. But yeah, again, hit me up on Twitter for the details. And finally, Sunday again, 3:15 Tipperary. I think it's a group race. Group 2, grade 2, whatever you call it. Ivanovic Gorbatov each way, I like, trained by Joseph O'Brien. It beat Apple's Jade, the very highly promising novice hurdler, 2 years ago at the Cheltenham Festival as a 4-year-old. It's only 6th now. It's running some top races, top handicaps. Very, very unreliable, very inconsistent. It's clearly lost its way. It used to be rated in the mid 150s. Now it's like 139 or something like that. Very inconsistent, not reliable, but it could win a race at a huge price, and I'm hoping that it will be a huge price on Sunday. Has the ability, it's a hit and hope job, but if it's a big price, we've got to go for it. Ivanovic Gorbatov, 3:15 Tipperary each way. Okay, that's it, folks. If you want to know what I'm backing, if you didn't catch what I was saying earlier, then you can just hit me up on Twitter or send me a message, or yeah, we'll let you know how many points for each race over the weekend. Good luck to you all, and happy punting. Hopefully you'll win. Take care.